an environmentalist who helped design sustainable solutions for Ladakh. The man many people believed as an inspiration behind Three Idiots. Sonam Wangchuk was recently released from preventive detention. The authorities said that the step was necessary to prevent the possible disruption of public order. But the incident raises a deeper question. Why are the people in Ladakh demanding for the inclusion under the 6th schedule of the Constitution? In this video, we'll be discussing two things: the political demands coming from Ladakh and the constitutional debate around the preventive detention. Hi everyone, this is Shubhi and welcome to Shubhi Speaks. In 2019, Article 370 of the Constitution was abrogated and the former state of Jammu and Kashmir was reorganized. As a result, Ladakh became a union territory. However, unlike Delhi or Jammu and Kashmir, Ladakh does not have a legislative assembly of its own. The region is largely governed by the administrators appointed by the central government on behalf of the president. But what do the people of Ladakh really want? First is the statehood, which would give Ladakh an elected legislative assembly and a greater democratic representation. Second is inclusion under the 6th schedule of the Constitution. You can think of 6th schedule as a kind of mini constitutional protection for the tribal regions. Originally introduced for certain northeastern states, it provides for the creation of autonomous district councils, which can make laws for certain matters such as land, forests, and water. In a fragile ecosystem like Ladakh, it's like giving greater control of the resources in the hands of the people of Ladakh. The demand is also significant because nearly 90% of the population of Ladakh belongs to tribal communities, who fear rapid development without safeguards could threaten their traditional way of life, land, and culture. Third, there are demands for a public service commission to ensure that the government jobs are accessible to the local youth. And finally, some groups have also demanded greater parliamentary representation, including separate representation for Leh and Kargil, the two districts of the Union Territory. So these protests are not only political, they are also about identity, local governance, and environmental protection. And this brings us to another debate which emerged after Wangchuk's detention: the question of preventive detention. Preventive detention allows authorities to detain a person, not for the crime already committed, but to prevent the potential threats to national security or public order. The Constitution permits preventive detention, including the provisions under Article 22. However, it also provides for the safeguards to prevent the misuse. Supporters argue that such powers may sometimes be necessary to maintain law and order and prevent the situation from escalating. Critics, however, say that preventive detention can conflict with the spirit of fundamental rights, particularly the right to liberty under Article 21 and the freedom of expression under Article 19. They also point out that such provisions are rare in many modern democracies. This creates an important democratic question. How should the state balance security with the right to dissent? Because democracy is not tested when everyone agrees with the government. It is tested when citizens disagree and how the system responds to that disagreement. What do you think? Do let me know your views in the comments. Happy learning!